Hi everyone, welcome to this course on light and shading. What's always fascinating to see in a drawing is that the shading is properly placed and it works well. Learning this isn't just about observing reality and copying it. Before you do that, you need to understand how light works and how it behaves. You need to know these rules because, believe it or not, your own eyes can be deceiving. In the lessons that follow, we'll learn all about the fundamentals of light theory. I'll show you some little tricks that will give you confidence in applying your shading. We'll practice the theory on a sphere, and finally we'll use our new skills to paint a portrait based on a photo. In the theory lesson, I'll share some really great tips that will help you pay more attention to your brain than your eyes when you're shading. I'll explain why light has been so important throughout art history. Then we'll talk about some of the laws of light to help us understand how and why light behaves the way it does and why we should represent it a certain way. Also, we'll see how the light changes depending on the material of the object. Basically, this is fundamental theory that you need to become a better artist. In the next lesson, I'll explain the elements that make up the light and shadow gradients on the objects, and then we'll practice by painting a sphere in Adobe Photoshop. It's not necessary to do it in this program. You can use another software if you like. However, bear in mind that each technique has its tricks, so you should make sure that you get to grips with whatever technique you're using so you know how to correct any mistakes you might make. Photoshop has the wonderful Ctrl-Z that allows us to undo the last thing we did. It's important to make things as easy as possible for ourselves. Finally, in our last lesson, we'll apply all the skills we've learned to a black and white portrait based on a photo. We'll base ourselves on a photo to make it a little easier and so we can observe the theory in real life. You always learn more by observation. So now we're ready to start our first lesson. I'll see you there.